And this is Brenda Escutia. She is the scholarship manager at the Educational Foundation. So she will be presenting and she will take breaks for you to ask questions, and you will also have some time to work on the computer by yourself. Okay? Awesome.
Hi, everyone. So just a little bit about what I do. So I work for the Educational Foundation here at Harper. And so what we do is we raise money from donors who want to create scholarships to give them to students like yourself. And so the donor creates the name of the scholarship. They're the ones that decide how much money they're going to donate. And they also are in charge of deciding what's the criteria. And we have a variety of different scholarships, which I'm going to talk to you all about. And so my job is to advertise our scholarships, have students submit their application, and then also part of the awarding process, so selecting the students, notifying them, and then my favorite part is connecting them with their donors. So we'll, if the donor is still living and we have a contact, we'll introduce them at our end of the year event so that our students can get to know who was the donor that created the scholarship. And so today I'm going to talk about scholarships. I'm also going to talk about different ways to pay for college. So just to get an idea, how many of you all are taking credit classes? Okay, so everyone. Okay. Okay, so is anyone here just only taking adult education classes, AED? Okay. Okay, perfect. So first I talk about tuition rates, just depending on if the students in the session are not aware of how tuition is paid. We have in-district, out-of-district, and out-of-state. How many of you all know the tuition rates of how you're paying? Yeah, in-district. Okay, is everyone in district here? Yes? Okay, so the reason why I bring this up is because sometimes, right, we have some students that do not live in the district area. So let's say you have a friend and your friend lives in Elgin. So Elgin right here, right? So it's not in this box of the area of the communities that Harper College serves. So if you live in Elgin, you would pertain to Elgin Community College. So you would have to pay more money to take classes at Harper. However, there are two ways that you can get in-district tuition. And so I like to share this information just in case if you ever move out of the area, but you still want to come to Harper, or if you have friends that live in another area that want to come to Harper, there's two ways to get in-district tuition. And that's one, the business advantage. So if you have a job in this area, so anywhere in Schaumburg, Woodfield Mall, Arlington Heights, Palatine, you can fill out a form with your, check saying that you work in the area, and they'll give you in-district tuition. And that's something you have to submit every single semester. So we have some students that might not live in our area, but they love Harper, they want to come here, and that's what they do to get in-district tuition. The second is a joint agreement. So let's say you do live in Elgin, and Elgin does not have the program that you want. You want to go into, for example, dental hygiene, but they don't have a dental hygiene, but Harper does. You can go to Elgin and say, hey, well, you all don't have the program that I want. So they can give you a form that says, okay, because we don't have the program, you can go to Harper because they do and pay the in-district rate tuition. And so that's important to know because out-of-district tuition, as seen here, is a lot more. So for the same class, instead of paying $135, you're paying $392. So it's a big jump. And we recommend all students to always pay in district or go to a community college that they pay in district because it's a lot of money that you would be saving. So that's just something I want to share. This map is actually in our website. So if you type in district Harper College, you'll get the map and you can type in your address and see where it lands if you're kind of in the range. But I just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware in case anyone's paying out of district rates that you're getting in district if possible. So first, we're going to talk about FAFSA. By a raise of hands, how many of you all have heard of FAFSA before? Okay, so FAFSA is the free application for financial aid. It's a federal government form. And what the FAFSA application does is students are eligible to apply, submit an application. They put everything from their family size, their income, their savings, where they want to go to school, what program, how many people live in their house. And students are eligible, so low-income students are able to get free money to go to school. However, there are restrictions on who is eligible to even apply. So one, you must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen. An eligible non-citizen is one of the following, which is laid out in this paragraph. So anyone who has if you have refugee already, status, asylum granted, victims of human trafficking, if you have a specific visa, such as a T visa, all of that is eligible for you to apply. Now, if you're reading this paragraph, you're like, well, I know that's not me. I'm not a citizen or an eligible non-citizen. That's okay. I'm going to talk about two other forms that you can apply. But if this is something, let's say you're in the process of, applying for asylum and then you get granted, that's something, once you get granted asylum, you want to fill out the FAFSA, because once you fill it out and if you're eligible, you can get free money to go to school as long as you're in a degree or certificate that's eligible. And so a lot of times students will think that if they apply for FAFSA, they're requesting loans. So money that you're borrowing and then you have to pay back. But that's not the case. When you first submit the application, they'll first tell you if you're eligible for free money that you do not have to pay back. Then, let's say they say, no, if you make too much money, you can't get free money, then you can request loans. And that is you borrowing money from the government, but then that money you will have to pay back with interest. But in order to do that, you will have to take an online class to understand loans. You'll have to sign a form saying how much loans you want to take and state that you know that you'll have to pay this back. So that's sometimes the worry about some students filling out the FAFSA. But just know that anyone, if you are eligible, you can apply. If you receive free money to go to school, that is for you to go to school. And it comes directly to Harper. So they'll send you the money. They'll put the money in your account at Harper, and then our financial aid office manages that. Now, if you're unsure about your eligibility, you can always go to the one-stop office, and the one-stop office is in A250. And so they help students with the FAFSA application. They also, if you're not sure about your status, you can request to speak to a financial aid specialist, and they can find out whether or not you're eligible to apply. And they'll let you know if you should apply or if you should not apply. Now, another application that's specifically from the state of Illinois is the alternative application. Now, the alternative application was made specifically for undocumented students who grew up here, went to Illinois high school, lived with their parents in Illinois. They have to have lived in Illinois for at least 3 years and attended high school, and their parents have to have lived in Illinois. And then they have to have graduated from Illinois or gotten a GED from Illinois. So it's specifically made for those students that kind of grew up here and then they find out that they aren't eligible to apply for FAFSA because they're undocumented. So a lot of times these students still don't know they qualify for state aid. So I also have a slide to share just in case you or someone you know is eligible for this, you want to submit an application. Now, this application is for free state money. So the state of Illinois has said, okay, even though our undocumented students that meet this criteria can't qualify for the FAFSA, we want to make an application so that they can apply for state money. And so now if you're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, no, I didn't go to high school here. I didn't get my GED in Illinois. I didn't live here with my parents in Illinois. That's okay, because then we're going to talk about my expertise area, which is scholarships.